Welcome back to Scandinavian Cookbook. I'm Sylvia and today I'm making Norwegian krumkaker. These are very traditional cardamom spiced cookies that we actually make on a krumkake iron. So you do need a special iron to make these. You can order one on Amazon. I've linked it in the description box below. And then we form the cookies either into cones like this, or we form it over a cup or glass to make a little krumkake bowl. And then we can eat the cookies plain, or you can fill them with cream and berries. Many people in Norway like to fill them with cream and cloudberries, or ice cream, or whatever you like. My parents live in France and my mom loves to make krumkaker for dessert when she has dinner parties. I think it's a nice way to share a bit of her Norwegian culture with her guest. These are beautiful cookies thanks to the design from the iron. And you can simply fill them with a scoop of ice cream. So it doesn't have to be anything too fancy, but it makes for such a special dessert. I am linking the recipe in the description box below. And while you're there, click subscribe for more Scandinavian recipes. We're going to start with 3 large eggs and make sure that they're actually large, not small or medium. And then I'm adding the sugar. And then we're also going to add the melted butter. If you've seen some of my other videos, you probably know what I'm about to say about the cardamom. I really recommend using whole cardamom seeds here and grinding them yourself in a mortar and pestle because there will be so much more flavor. Pre-ground cardamom doesn't have as much flavor, so if you do choose to use it, I would at least double the amount of cardamom if you like cardamom. Some people are not big fans of cardamom, they just want the tiniest hint, then 1 teaspoon should be fine. And if you're using whole cardamom seeds, then I guess you could go down to half a teaspoon. And then whisk this into the mixture as well. And then we're adding in the nutmeg and salt. Oh, hello, Alfie. You wanna say hello? And then finally we're gonna add the flour. And I add this quite slowly and whisk in between just to avoid getting any lumps. And now I'm going to cover the batter and let it rest in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. And actually, in the meantime, I am going to bake some lemon sun-knitted cookies as well. They're super quick to whip up. So these are 2 easy cookies to make simultaneously. And I'm going to a Christmas party tonight, which is the perfect opportunity for me to get rid of some of these Christmas cookies. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll link that video as well. Now I've taken the krumkake batter out of the fridge and I'm just waiting for the iron to heat up. If the batter is very sticky, you can add a bit of water to it, or you can wait after you make the first krumkake to see if you need to add some water or not. And then we're just going to drop tablespoons of batter onto the iron. I see mine is heated now. So I do a heaping tablespoon right in the center of the iron and try to keep it kind of as round as possible just so you get a rounder krumkake. And there might be a bit of trial and error the first few krumkake you make, especially if this is your first time making krumkake. You'll have to get used to your iron. I like to set my iron right between medium and high heat. I do have an electric iron, so it's a lot easier than the old-fashioned irons. But just test out a few to see that you get a nice color. You want the krumkake to be nice and golden. You don't want it to be too pale because then the krumkake can get soft and it won't have as much flavor. And if the krumkake is kind of patchy, like it has dark patches and light patches, then I would reduce the heat of your iron. And once the krumkake is finished, we are gonna roll it. You can either roll it on a wooden roller like this, or you can form it over a cup and then you get a nice little krumkake bowl. So as you see, this is so much easier with the clip. I don't even have to touch the krumkake. I just transfer it over to the rack and I let it stay on the roller while I'm adding the next krumkake. And now I can gently slide the krumkake off the roller. It's a bit loud. And if it's still kind of warm, you actually can reshape it a bit if you need to. There you go. Now, unfortunately, these rollers with clips seem to only be available in Norway. I've had lots of comments on my website with people asking if anyone has found them in the US. I haven't found them online in the US, and it seems like no one's found them yet. So if you want a roller with a clip, it seems like you're gonna have to come to Norway. Luckily, we make krumkaker year-round in Norway, so you can buy these any time of year. But if you're not going to Norway, you can get a wooden roller without a clip. This is what I used to use when I was younger. And it's harder because you have to roll the krumkake with your fingers, and the cookies are really hot. So I have lots of memories as a kid. I loved krumkake, but I had to go through such pain to make them because they're so hot to roll. So if you're using a roller without a clip, you will remove the krumkake from your iron with a spatula and then put it on a cloth, and then you'll just use your fingers to roll the krumkake around the roller. So I just clip the very edge of the krumkake and then I roll and make sure that the point is nice and pointy. I see that that one's a little bit patchy, so I'm actually going to reduce the heat a little bit here. If you don't have a roller, you can also form the krumkake over a cup or a glass, and then you get a nice little krumkake bowl. And my mom loves to do this. She will fill the bowls with ice cream or cream and berries. Actually, for Thanksgiving, she said she served krumkake and then she put like a lemon fromage in the center of it, which sounded delicious. I usually just do the cones, but yeah, you can make the bowls if you prefer to.